Hello everyone and welcome to a new video interview for Jogonet Gaming News. Today we are joined by Noah Akers of Akers Manufacturing. The company is having a busy year so far, developing new gaming solutions, attending conventions, and much more. So we will be catching up with Noah on what is next for Akers in the coming months. So, well, first of all, Noah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you, Rodrigo. It's always great to see your face on here, and love talking to you. So thanks for having us on.
The last time we spoke was this year. In fact, before Acres' participation this year's Indian Gaming Convention and Trade Show. This is an event where you showcased a new ticket-based bonusing solution. Now, what I would like to ask you is, what was the reception like to the product at IGA, and what are your main takeaways from this event?
Yeah, so Tebow is a ticket and bonus out. It issues bonuses directly to the player at the slot machine via the ticket printer. So you actually come out with cool little tickets like this. It says super lucky bonus free play. You can just stick it right to this, comes right out of that ticket printer. You stick it right back in the slot machine and you get credit. So it's a really cool tool, and it's something that is very simple yet effective. And when we went to IGA and we debuted the technology, I heard a lot of really cool ideas from operators. So like one of the ideas was to use the ticket printer to issue like concert and event tickets. Like if a player, if you're holding a concert and you require a minimum play level, the player can just start playing, and as soon as they reach that threshold, boom, the concert ticket pops right out of the ticket dispenser and the player can go to the concert. So I think that when you step back, every machine has a ticket printer, and I think casinos historically struggle to serve players real-time information at the game. Obviously, real-time marketing is something that's never really been done effectively in the casino industry. And this ticket is something of value that the player can hold and redeem and appreciate. And so it's pretty cool. And so we're looking forward to deploying it.
I love that you have a ticket to show us.
I got a
uh,
ton of them. Look, I got tickets all up here.
I understand that IGA was the first convention in which the solution was presented.
That's correct. It was the first time we debuted the technology, and then we actually just posted to our LinkedIn last week a cool demo of it that kind of shows how it works. And we're actually using our card reader. There's an LED bezel on our card reader, and it kind of lights up like a progress bar the closer the player gets to a ticket coming out. So, if the player is invested in the session and they're getting closer and closer to the ticket coming out, they're not going to leave. They're going to keep playing. And so these are some of the kind of cool things that we can do with our technology that's never really been seen in the industry before.
And it certainly opens a lot of doors. I remember that the last time we spoke, you mentioned that you consider it to be the biggest new update for Tito in so many years. So we are very excited about knowing more about Taibo and deployment. And
Definitely.
I'm sure it must have also caused a big impression at IGA, right?
I think so. I mean, I think that like I said, every casino, every slot machine has a ticket printer. And so this is something that can be immediately repurposed to better target players. And Tito is the original ticketing system, and it just does cash out tickets. So you hit cash out on the slot machine and the ticket pops out. Well, this is something different. So it does the cash out function just like everybody expects. But even when you don't hit cash out, now suddenly you're going to get bonus tickets that pop out. And these bonuses can be cash, it can be free play, and it can also be for merchandise and other things. You can put a QR code, you scan the QR code, maybe it gets you entered into a contest, or you can order a piece of merchandise, or it could be anything. And so Tebow is a really exciting way just to communicate with players.
Now, speaking about new technologies such as this one, I also understand that Acres is currently developing Foundation HQ, described as the CMS and loyalty software of the future. Now, well, I don't know how much you can tell us about this new technology, but what can you tell us about how this project is moving along, and what changes will it introduce to Acre's current technology proposition?
Well, I think that, Foundation HQ is going to be our casino management system. It's going to be the first casino management system designed in the big data and mobile era, where everything else in the past is kind of designed for the desktop era. And so let me just, how are operators gonna see effect from this? So let me just tease this. So pretty soon, we're gonna announce, we're gonna be showing how Foundation HQ can process any jackpot in under 4 minutes, right? And so we'll do it in a way that involves employees and helps them increase their tips. So jackpot processing is something that historically casinos just struggle with, and it frustrates players and operators alike, because oftentimes it shuts down games for 15 or 20 minutes at a time while they find the employees to go line up at the cage and get the cash and bring it to the players and have them sign the forms and do all that kind of stuff. But we've developed a process that's just much faster, and it keeps everybody informed, and it's going to process any jackpot, even the biggest ones, in 4 minutes or less. So we're really excited about that. I think that operators are going to really feel that, and the players are too. So it's going to be something that people really need to have.
So we're absolutely excited about Foundation HQ because Foundation already offers many benefits to operators in how it manages real-time data, how it allows for cashless gaming. I'm sure these are all features that will also be present in Foundation HQ, right? Will it take what Foundation currently offers to a next level, let's say?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's all about kind of intertwining all the functionalities that we've already kind of introduced. So take, for example, TiVo, right, which is the ticket printing that we just discussed. And then we've also talked in the past about the video poker analyzer that can determine a player's value based on their decision-making process. So let's combine these two ideas together and say, hey, well, can't we print tickets based on a player's mistakes in video poker, and that just becomes our marketing campaign. And so we can do this on any slot machine, on any video poker machine, to where the rewards process is now going to become automated, right? And so it's not just manual, where casinos are looking through spreadsheets to determine what the offer of the month is for this tier of players. Everything is going to be personalized, data driven, customized for a particular player, and it's going to be in real time, not a mailer that goes to your house at the end of the month or something like that, but real time while you're at the game. If you're in front of a game and it has a ticket printer, maybe you get the ticket to pop out. If you're using a cashless app, you get messages and bonuses in real time on the app. But that's Foundation HQ, is blending all of these ideas together and automating the marketing and operations processes of the casino.
So for those of us that are excited about this new presentation, so you mentioned that there will be more information in perhaps the coming weeks. What should we expect about Foundation HQ for this year?
Yeah, so Foundation HQ will definitely have more to share about that this year, probably in advance of G2E. And so that's really, stay tuned. We'll announce more later, but there's definitely a lot coming out.
And well, now turning to another event, I understand that both you and John Akers will be attending and presenting at this year's B. Riley Investors Conference this month, to be precise, participating in a fireside chat. What can you tell us about this opportunity for Akers?
Yeah, so really, we're planning on doing an IPO next year. The B. Riley Investors Conference is a great way for investors to learn more about our company and the opportunity that we present to completely remake technology for land-based casinos. So getting access to the public markets helps us fund our growth and actually helps us manage the regulatory process as well, because the burden of who to get licensed and how frequently to report to each jurisdiction actually diminishes for public companies compared to private companies like ours. So to achieve all of our goals, I think it's important that we become a public company. We're looking to sell like a small part of our company just to get access to the public markets and get a little funding and diminish our regulatory burdens. But the B. Riley Investor Conference is just a great way to hear our story for anybody who's interested.
Well, and going public would be a really big change for the company, right? Where do you see the company headed once that occurs?
Well, I think that we're going to continue to innovate. We're going to continue to disrupt, and I just think that we've gotten the platform out. Like we've got the foundation out. We've proven it works. We've proven it can get regulated, and we've proven it's successful. Today we're in 11 states, doing cashless and bonusing and data analytics and things like that. And so once we become a public company, I think that we can scale a lot faster, and that's really what this is about, because we have the ideas down. We just have to scale them faster and release them faster.
Right. And well, speaking about other events, the company also is attending the Northwest Indian Gaming Conference being held in June. What will you focus on for that event in a specific? I'm perhaps Taibo, cashless. What should we expect from that specific convention?
Yeah, I think definitely we'll be there talking about sharing TiVo and cashless and Foundation HQ and all the different things that we've been working on. I think that the state of Washington, which is where the Northwest Indian Gaming Conference takes place, the state of Washington has some really great Indian gaming operators and some of the most knowledgeable regulators in the country. And so we are excited to attend and just make connections and reconnect with the different operators and regulators up there. From Washington and Oregon, and just kind of hear their needs and share our ideas and just kind of see where things go.
And now, lastly, what I would like to ask about is cashless gaming, which is a topic that we have covered so much over our last interviews. One thing that occurred since our last interview is that the company has released a new position paper on this issue. And well, some few months into the year, we are almost at half of the year. Would you say that cashless is advancing in 2023 the way in which you expected? And what could operators and other stakeholders learn from this position paper?
Yeah, I mean, I really think that we are nearing the cusp of exponential growth in cashless. Like it's becoming near. The cashless movement, like we have some momentum on our side. I think 10 or 11 state regulators have fully approved cashless systems. As for Acres, we're active in, I think, 10 states, maybe 11. We're expanding to Rolling Hills in California this summer. That'll be the first tribal casino offering a true cashless solution. And I think that, what operators can learn is they can just step back and look at, understand that cashless, it gets casinos access to more players and more money. That's what this is about. 70% of transactions in the broad economy are non-cash. And so when casinos, like, they cannot afford to stay cash only because it's literally turning customers away. Most people today do not carry cash anymore. And fewer people even carry like physical payment cards to go to the ATM or whatever with. So cashless just lets players get money easier. It's that simple. So we fully expect virtually every casino in the near future, the next couple of years for sure, to have a cashless option. Cashless is just every other sector of society has gone cashless, and casinos have to follow suit.
Right. The industry has been somewhat slow to catch up with cashless.
It's been slow, but I think that it's been slow, but to be fair, like I said, it's in 10 or 11 states, and regulators in gaming are notorious for moving very slowly. And I think before COVID, cashless was not even on the table in a lot of these environments. And so for us to be active in 10 or 11 states, to have a 30,000 machine footprint right now, we have the tender laid, right? So as soon as there's a flame, the thing is going to explode. And it's, like I said, it's just the way that things have to go. Cashless is the way it is in every other sector of the economy, and casinos have to follow suit, because if you say cash only, you're turning away a lot of people. Players today, if they go to a casino with cash only, they have to plan for the visit by going to the bank and bringing cash. Yes. Otherwise, they're going to go to the casino. They're just going to have the money in their pocket if they have any, or they're going to go to the ATM where maybe they have a withdrawal limit on, you know, on how much cash they can get. Maybe the ATM fee is super high. And even just walking to the ATM becomes a point of friction that modern consumers, it slows them down. I mean, I liken it to like a TV. A lot of people, if they don't have the TV remote in their hand, you know, you're not going to get up and walk to the TV and like push all the buttons. So it's the same thing with getting cash out of an ATM today. Everybody's just loading money onto their mobile device and paying through mobile. And I think casinos have to go the same way if they want to modernize and get new players.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Noah. And we will certainly be looking forward to all these new developments from the company. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Great talking to you again, and looking forward to meeting you at G2E this year.